In the bustling urban jungle of Metro City, Officer Marcus Reed was known as the ultimate cat catcher, the guy everyone in the alleys whispered about with a mix of fear and respect as he patrolled every single day. Day after day, this dedicated animal control officer patrolled the streets with his net and cage, rounding up stray cats with ruthless efficiency while believing he was doing the right thing for the city. To him, they were just another problem to solve, but deep down, a quiet loneliness followed him home every single night into that empty apartment of his. Marcus believed he was helping the cats, bringing them to safety or controlling the population while doing his duty every single day on the job. His reputation among the feline underworld was legendary. The one human every stray feared and ran from whenever his truck appeared in the distance. Yet, as he returned to his empty apartment each night, he wondered if there was more to life than nets and cages and all that endless lonely routine. One stormy night, everything changed when Marcus suddenly spotted the elusive black phantom cat that had evaded him for weeks on end in the city. "Gotcha this time!" he shouted with excitement while chasing it across those slick rooftops in the pouring rain that night. Rain poured down and lightning flashed dramatically across the stormy sky, lighting up his desperate chase. The chase intensified under the flashing sky. In his haste during that intense chase, Marcus lost his footing on the dangerously wet tiles and started to slip forward uncontrollably. Slipped and fell from the rooftop toward the dark alley below as the world spun around him in total panic. He fell, time seemed to slow while a mysterious glowing voice echoed in his mind saying, "You who have chased so many, now you shall run!" And everything went white. Marcus slowly regained consciousness, but something was terribly wrong. He awoke as a tiny gray tabby kitten in a damp alleyway, and trying to remember how cats even walked. The world felt so huge and terrifying from ground level. Every shadow hid danger, tried to scream, but only a weak meow came out. This had to be a nightmare, a cruel twist of fate after his fall. Street cats began to gather around him, their eyes wide with curiosity and suspicion. One old scarred tabby stepped forward and stared into Mucus's green eyes. The catcher, reincarnated as one of us? Laughter and fear rippled through the group as they circled the tiny kitten. Mucus tried to back away, but his legs still wobbled, leaving him trapped in the center of their attention. The alley cats circled with menacing intent, their growls echoing off the walls. Days turned into weeks as the former cat catcher slowly adapted to his feline body. He discovered that not only could he understand every word humans spoke, he still carried pieces of his past life memories. One rainy afternoon, sheltering under an old pickup truck, he overheard two familiar voices, his old co-workers from animal control. They were complaining about a clever, scruffy black and white cat that had been evading all their traps. To his shock, they were talking about him. Heart racing with shock, the scruffy black and white cat froze under the truck. His former co-workers were now on the hunt for him specifically. But instead of fear, a sly grin formed on his feline face. Armed with years of experience from the other side of the trap, he knew exactly how to stay one step ahead. The hunter had become the hunted, and he was going to enjoy every second of it. With a mischievous glint in his eyes, the scruffy black and white cat quietly crept out from under the parked truck. Years of catching cats had taught him all their secrets, and now he would use every single one against his old team. As thunder rumbled overhead, he vanished into the wet alleyways. The scruffy black and white cat with a notched ear and intelligent green eyes slipped away from the parked truck, moving with clever stealth. The former cat catcher was no longer prey. He was back in the game, and this time, he had the ultimate advantage. Knowing exactly how his old team operated, the scruffy black and white cat moved with purpose through the rain-soaked alleys. He remembered every trap location and baiting technique they used. With a swift paw, he triggered the first cage trap harmlessly, rendering it useless. A low, satisfied chuckle escaped him. The tables had turned, and the hunt was now on his terms. Spotting the sweeping flashlight beams cutting through the rain, the scruffy black and white cat ducked into a narrow side passage. He remembered every shortcut his old team had mapped out. With a swift leap, he knocked over a stack of empty cans to create a noisy distraction. The shouts changed direction as his old co-workers rushed the wrong way. A satisfied purr rumbled in his throat. The game was his now. Hidden in the shadows, the scruffy black and white cat watched his old coworkers stumble past the false trail. Their flashlights swept uselessly through the rain. With calm precision, he slipped behind them, silently resetting one of their own traps in the opposite direction. A single soft meow echoed just loud enough to draw them back. The former cat catcher smiled inwardly. They were now the ones walking straight into his carefully laid plan. Moments later, the reset trap sprang shut with a loud clang. One of his old coworkers was caught inside, yelling in frustration. Scruffy black and white cat watched from the shadows, a mix of satisfaction and strange nostalgia washing over him. "Let me out! Help! Somebody, please!" He had beaten them at their own game. But deep down, he wondered if this was truly the life he wanted forever. As the realization washed over him, the scruffy black and white cat understood that his name in this life had been Mucus all along. It felt right, like the final piece of his old identity clicking into place. Mucus slipped deeper into the rain-soaked shadows, heart pounding with a strange mix of nostalgia and excitement. The former cat catcher was gone. Only Mucus remained, and he was ready to rewrite the rules of the hunt. Embracing his new name, Mucus felt something shift inside him. The old cat catcher's knowledge and the cat's natural instincts had fully merged. No longer confused or conflicted, he moved with deadly purpose through the rain. He knew this city's every hiding spot and every weakness of his former team. Tonight, Mucus would show them what a real hunter looked like. In the rainy city dusk, Mucus prowled the wet alleyways, his notched ear and green eyes fierce with resolve. Thunder crashed through the raging storm. Mucus realized Scar and his vicious gang had stalked him relentlessly. They had him cornered in the dark alley. With a savage, blood-curdling yowl, he lunged to terrify Scar. But Scar had rigged the trap. The net detonated shut around him. Mucus was ensnared. The hunter had become the prey once more. The crew rushed in with flashlights blazing. One froze in sudden recognition. That notched ear, those eyes. They lowered the net gently. With quiet respect, they released him and left food and a blanket. From that night, Mucus roamed free. Word spread fast. He was now Mucus the Uncatchable. Years passed. Mucus grew wiser, his green eyes still sharp. One quiet evening on the rooftop where it all began, he realized he had found true freedom.